These earthing bed sheets are laced with silver wire. As you can see, all these lines is silver wire stitched into the bed sheet. If you put anything other than silver on this to connect to the sleep circuit, you're going to get a galvanic response between the two different metals. Let's say you put copper here, or a aluminum foil, or the iron of an alligator clip. I'm sorry for the buzzing. Okay. So if you put anything else, it's going to create a galvanic response, and corrosion between the interface, between the two surfaces, it's going to ruin your silver wires in your bed sheet, and it's going to ruin your contact. And it's going to add voltage to your circuit, which could complicate matters, because when you add voltage, you're going to be adding amperage, and reduce the effectiveness of the resistors you have went to the trouble of putting in your sleep circuit. Hopefully you will have gone to the trouble of put a lot of resistors in your sleep circuit to make it as close to 1 to 10 gigaohms of resistance as you can, or more. But it's going to undermine that resistance and make it go away like much of it wasn't there. But it's also going to corrode your silver wire inside your bed sheet, and you don't want that to happen either. It's bad enough as it is. These wires lose their conductivity and only last so long, depending on how many times you wash your bed sheet. I mean, we know we don't want to sleep against an oily bed sheet forever. But of course, you know what helps is being a nudist, in a sense, because I run up the heat, and then I could very easily sleep without any bed covers. Just push them all the way down to the foot of the bed and keep them there, and just sleep naked, and that helps prevent sweating at night, at least for me. You know, I keep the heater on. I got a little oil-filled heater. Where is it? Way over there in the corner. Right there. It's my oil-filled heater. So I get these silver rounds from commoditydiscs.com, and they have a QR code on one side. That's the smoothest side, so I always use that as my contact side against whatever I'm going to make contact with. And the opposite side that has the dollar sign, I cover with aluminum foil that I wad up. So I make a strip of it and fold it to wad it up already, to start to wad it up, to make somewhat of a, I better back up, somewhat of a solid strip out of it, and then I put it on top here, and then I take the alligator clip head and I pull back the insulation, pull it down so that I bare the stainless steel. So I'm going to get a galvanic response right here now that I think of it. Oops. See that? Nothing's perfect. Well, at least you don't want corrosion between, you don't want to corrode the bed sheet wires, let's put it that way. So I put the alligator clip wire against the aluminum foil and the aluminum foil against here, and so that I want a firm contact, and then I press it in and then use painter's masking tape to tape it to the top surface, trim it down with, and I bunch down all the tape to make a good connection, adhesion, and then I use a box cutting tool to trim off the tape, I should say, around the perimeter of the disc, the copper disc. Excuse me, the silver disc. What am I saying? What else? Now, if you don't have alligator clips, you could use insulated wire. This happens to be 18 gauge. Strip the ends with a nice wire stripper. And what I like to do is thread the wire through a Dritz number 3 fastener. In this case, it would be the female end. And then I could do the bulk of my wiring. If I didn't have enough alligator clips, I could economize and use most of my distance, cover most of my distance with insulated copper wire. And then when I get to the disc, I could use an 18-inch or shorter jumper cable, and so I would have one end go to the silver round, and the other end would go to this Dritz female connector, in which I've taken some colloidal silver wire and poked it through a hole and twisted it slightly. And then the alligator clip running from here can attach to that piece of silver wire, and then the end of this, you take off the insulation for a little bit, and then the strands, open them up and divide them up to fit into these holes, and wrap them into the holes, and then cover this up with electric tape. I make do. But I want a firm connection, and I don't want to have to solder because I'm terrible at soldering. So I have to find ways to make a solid connection that's not going to fall apart on me over time. But this video is mostly about always use silver for your contacts. Just make it a point, your circuit contacts. Immediately before you interface, or as you interface with the object of choice. In this case, not the body, but the bedsheet, because we're passing all of the remaining current through the bedsheet, shorting it out through the bedsheet so that only voltage remains. But we still have to go to the trouble of putting in as many resistors into the circuit as we can. So that's the whole point of this video, and these are 4/9s fine. They go whatever the cost of these days of a troy ounce of pure silver goes for. And pure silver is pretty good. It doesn't corrode. I keep all my rounds in the case that they came in when I'm not using them. I'm not sure I'm going to have to create more connections to the bedsheet, but what I do seem to have to do is invert polarity every once in a while to create variety. But I would not create a DC circuit. I would not create an AC circuit for the sake of variety, because that creates voltage spikes. So you can see here I've got the disc underneath the sheet here, because I have an earthing mattress underneath, and so that's laced with silver wire as well. And so I have this face down, the contact surface face down against the mattress, and then the bed sheet against the mattress is making connection with the mattress. And then the mattress is grounded to earth with its own separate wire. This is the connection point for the bed sheet, but the connection point for the mattress is somewhere else. I can't remember where. Oh, here's the wire. These are the wires that go out. I have it bunched up, the coil. So that's the wire that's connected to the mattress, and it goes out the window. If I can zoom in on the... Nope, I can't. Let's see, where is it? Where is the wire? It should be right about here. You might be able to see it against the wall. Yeah, you can see it better. Where's my finger? It's right there, dangling. Yeah, there you go. Right against the wall there. And it goes down the wall outside. So that's all really to say about this. There you go.